Cooking with my own pots never gets old, especially when they go from wheel to oven. This pie dish looks simple, but getting a clean, evenly scalloped edge is the tricky part. I'll show you some techniques and share one free tool that makes all the difference. I'm going to make 2 sizes, so I'm preparing 1.5 kilos of clay and 2 kilos of clay. Of course, I'm using my favourite yellow speckle mid-fire. I'll start by making the smaller pie dish. I centre the clay. Once I've centered the clay, I flatten the clay out to about 18 centimeters. And then I push down into the clay. I leave around 10 millimeters in the base. And I open out the base of the pie dish. I compress the base with a sponge. And then I start to form the walls. I'm keeping the walls quite upright for now. I pull the walls up to their final height, keeping in mind I want to keep the rim a little thicker. I flare the walls outwards. I smooth the wall with a rib. And then I trim lightly around the base. Now for the fun part. To get the edge really evenly scalloped, I'm using my circle guide. I place the guide and then mark out the points at 9ths, so that is the circle divided into 9. And I just make a mark at each of those points. If your pie pan was a little larger, you could put them at 12ths, and that's the beauty of a circle guide. So now I'm just starting to make the scallops, and this is very much like putting a small spout on a pourer. I push the rim up with 2 fingers on one hand, and with a finger from my other hand, I push the clay down. And now I can remove the circle guide. Now that I have the scallops evenly spaced out, I'm going to add a scallop between each of the 9. And I do this with the same technique. And that's it, perfectly positioned scallops. And a wire through and set aside to dry to leather hard. Now, my pie dish is leather hard and the rim will support the dish as I trim. But first I smooth out those scallops a little. I I center and then I fasten with lugs of clay. If you like this video and want to stay up to date with all of our projects, why not subscribe if you haven't already done so? And be sure to like and leave a comment below. It really is appreciated. I trim across the base. And then I trim around the foot. I use a rib to smooth the base. While I was making this video, I realized I'd lost my yellow rib. I'm a little sad because my rib has been with me for a long time. I really prefer to finish the base and the rim at this stage. Not only is it more efficient, it minimizes dust, so it's better for your lungs. Now I'm finished, I can remove those lugs of clay. I dry fully and then I bisque. Just like the trimming, the glazing is so simple. I'm using my white glossy glaze to pour inside. You really want to use a functional glaze for these. Pouring out with those scallops is going to be messy, but no matter. All I have to do is clean up any dribbles. And that's it. I'm leaving the outside raw. And then it's into a glaze fire to cone 6. These pie dishes nest really well. I should point out that to get this perfectly matched, you need to use the same number of scallops for both. The contrasting clay and glaze is perfect for a rustic pie dish. And with allotment berries, I have the perfect recipe. And the larger dish is just great for a chicken pie. If you'd like the notes for this project, follow the link below and I'll email them to you. And don't forget that circle guide. It's so handy. The link's also below in the description. As always, when making your own ovenware, make sure that your glaze is a good fit for your clay. Make sure the thickness of your piece is even throughout. And take care to avoid thermal shock. If you can think of somebody who might enjoy this project, why not share it with them? For another handy kitchen implement, why not check out my funnel video? And as always, happy potting!